Welcome back to another online class here at Studio Oxygen Online. And today we're gonna do Power Yoga Jam. With me are beautiful and talented Alex, who also teaches here. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Me too. Let's get started. Child's pose. So when you're practicing at home or when you're traveling, sometimes there's a lot of distractions. So see if you could kind of minimize those at the beginning of class here so that you could get a full hour practice in. And you'll see no matter what time of the day you're practicing how this hour might be the best spent hour of the day if you fully commit to this. Enjoy a few breaths. If I was to ask everybody what the biggest waste of time is, probably would get a lot of different answers. But to me, the biggest waste of time is comparing yourself to others. So try to drop that. You'd be surprised about how much of our day we spend doing that. So try to drop those thoughts of comparing yourself to others and just embrace your uniqueness here in this child's pose. So you could practice being your authentic self. You fit best in your own skin, if that makes sense. Take 3 more breaths, set that intention. I want you to be present the whole time. Good. Now in this child's pose, walk your hands over to the right side of your mat and place your left hand on top of your right. It's a gentle side body stretch. We're starting nice and easy. If you don't feel it at all, walk your hands a little further, and you don't want to go so far that it adjusts your hips or knees. So it's a real gentle side body stretch. One more breath there. Walk your hands back through center and then over to the left, and this time we'll place our right hand on top of the left. Again, keeping that right hip anchored back. Good. Make sure you're breathing nice and deep. Maybe find that audible quality early on here so you can cultivate the breath. Good. Back to center. Now from here, you're going to just glide your heart forward, look forward, and your butt will kind of come up in the air as you glide into a cobra pose. So you don't have to come up too high. Your hips will be heavy. You're not really lifting the knees like we do in our upward facing dog. Good. Couple breaths there. And then you're going to press back to your child's pose. Curl the toes, take it to your first downward facing dog. Here we go. The home base of our yoga poses. Good, if it's early there, if the muscles are feeling a little tight, maybe you went for a run already, go ahead and walk the dog a little bit, bending and straightening through the legs. Two more deep breaths. And then nice and easy right leg to the sky. Doesn't have to go super high. It's really early, as you know, in class here. Doesn't really matter how high the leg goes, but it's nice to have the back of the knee nice and tight. Good. Now using your core, you're going to place that foot forward and come to an easy twist. So since the right foot places down, the right arm goes to the sky, left hand stays down. And just a nice easy twist, a little revolving of the spine early in class. Good. Shift forward to the tippy toe of the back foot, and you're gonna lift that leg up and then end in a forward fold. So the arm floats down, the leg lifts and bends, steps forward. Good, ragdoll here on this first round. And let gravity just kind of work. You're kind of just anchored down here. Knees could be bent a little bit. Try not to have any tension in the back of the neck. Good job. Okay, release those hands. Inhale for a halfway lift. Try to flatten out the spine here. This is also a hamstring stretch as well. It should intensify. Even if you're pretty flexible, you should feel this. If not, try to find it. Forward fold. Do one more of those. It's like we iron out the bumps in the back, flattening everything out. Fold in deep and then stand tall, rise all the way up. Tall mountain, don't go back yet. Keep the ventral side of the body engaged. So the core, the upper abdominal muscles are pulling down, the lower abdominal muscles are pulling up, keeping that posture. It's almost that standing tall feeling. Good, now look up between and hook your right thumb behind your left. And it's like we're gonna pull the hands back a little bit. Now you feel the front body stretch a little bit more, and then pull them apart and dive forward. Yes, very, very good. Halfway lift, lengthen it out. Plant your hands, step back to a high plank, hold here. We'll be picking up the pace in a few, everyone. You gotta practice a little patience here at the beginning. Three more breaths. This is to find your core, not to lock out the arms or put pressure on the wrists or shoulders. Good, let's do one more good one here. Shift forward, bend the elbows straight back, low plank. Now full upward facing dog. So you'll pull those knees off the mat, beautiful. And downward facing dog. Take your left leg to the sky. Easy does it. Nice and tight behind that knee. Using the core to place that foot forward, easy twist. So the left foot's down, the left arm goes to the sky. Good, yeah, see there's energy in the hands here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Shift forward to the tippy toe of the back foot. You're gonna lift the back leg and end in a forward fold. Right into our halfway lift here. Forward fold, stand tall, rise up. That was our left leg, so we're gonna link our left thumb as we look up, gently pull the hands back, and then pull those fingertips apart as you swan dive forward. Halfway lift and high plank. Low plank, up dog, downward facing dog. 3 breaths, and then we are gonna go ahead and pick this up. We'll do the right leg into our sun salutation variation and then the left leg. And we will remain in motion to get that body nice and warm. Here we go, right leg high. And place the foot forward, easy twist. And shift forward, lift the leg as you step forward. Beautiful, halfway lift, forward bend. Stand tall all the way up, link the thumb, go back. Pull them apart, dive forward. Good job, halfway lift, and high plank. To a low plank, to an up dog, to a down dog as your left leg goes to the sky. Place it forward, reaching, float it down, shift forward, and halfway lift, forward fold, all the way up, reaching the arms up, linking the left thumb, looking up, going back, pull them apart, dive forward. Halfway lift, long spine, plant your hands, high plank, low plank, up dog, feel the energy in the chakras all working. Right leg to the sky. And place it forward, easy twist. It's doing the job. Lift the heel, step forward, half lift, fold in deep. All the way up we go. Link the thumb, go back, pull it apart, dive forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale all the way through chaturanga. So as you lower down, you're still exhaling, then you sip it in for up dog, out the nose, downward dog, left leg. Place it forward. Easy twist. Lift the back heel, and half lift. Fold in deep. Up we go. Linking a thumb, we go back, pull it apart, dive. Half lift, and go through a flow. Repetition, the mother of perfection, right leg. Reaching, stepping forward, half lift. Fold in, all the way up. Good, remain in motion everyone, no pausing yet. This is our warm up, important part of class. Half lift, vinyasa, feel that connection. Maybe you're connecting to your authentic self the way we're trying to do instead of someone else. Step the left foot forward, easy twist. Float it down, lift the foot, fold, half lift. Forward bend, all the way up. And pull it apart, dive forward. Halfway lift, vinyasa. We're doing 2 more full rounds. That means right, left, right, left. Here we go, right leg. Core conscious places it forward. Reaching up like you know the answer. And forward, half lift. Forward bend, all the way up. Yes, nice fluid movement. And dive. Halfway lift and high plank, low plank. Up dog, down dog, left leg to the sky. Using the core, place it forward, Twist, 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 and step forward. Half lift, and fold, up to go back. With traction, pull it apart, dive forward. Lengthen the spine, vinyasa. Okay, I'm gonna just lightly cue you on these last 2 rounds. So right leg, see if you know the way. I'm trying to teach you to know these flows so you can do them, you know, just from muscle memory. Good, yeah, let your breath be the guide here. Good news when you're practicing home, no one to compare yourself to. Alex and I are just helping you, guide you along your way. Just kind of allowing us to share as part of your journey. Last leg, left leg. Let's finish this important series of class nice and strong. Good, yep. Try to match your breath. It's working. Go through that final vinyasa to down dog. We'll meet there. I'll give you a couple moments to reconnect. When you're securing yourself, you actually could celebrate the successes and strengths of others instead of competing and comparing with them and judging their standard with your standard and all that other stuff. So try to cultivate that. And then you could, when you celebrate that, you could actually learn from other people instead of being like, well, I gotta one up them, or I'll show them, or I'm gonna imitate them. You end up being inspired by people instead of just keeping up with people. All right, moving on. Lift your heels, bend your knees, jump forward, chair pose, Utkatasana. Good, weight is in the heels. You can make sure that you can see your toes. That's how far back the hips are. Good, now kind of a intensifying variation. We're gonna bring our hands flat behind our heart, and then we're gonna lift our gaze, release the core, stretch the elbows. You're gonna feel pretty intense stretch in the triceps and the chest wall. It's almost like we're doing cow pose. And then re-engage the core to straighten the legs and torso back out, and straighten the arms too, I'm sorry, and then forward fold. I'll cue that better next time. Halfway lift and vinyasa. Right leg goes up to the sky. Hold here. Good, now listen carefully. If you need to watch the first time, you can. We're gonna shift forward. The right toe is gonna stay flexed. You're gonna bend that knee and bring it forward. You're gonna tap the right toes on the mat as high up as you can, and then shift forward. She's gonna bend the left leg, pull the hips way back, and tap off the mat with that same right foot. So shift forward, tap as far forward as you can, and then bend the left knee, but stay low. The hips don't have to come up high, and tap back. Yep, keep going. It's a little flow within a flow to get the rhythm of this. Core should be really working on this. You rinse through the shoulders, but it's more core than anything. Good, do 3 more rounds. We won't do this many every time. So starting now, 3 more. So we go forward, tap, back, tap. This is the pace. She's going at perfect pace, guys, so kind of follow along. Forward, tap, back, tap. 1 more. Forward, tap, back, tap. Now place that foot forward, come up, warrior 1. Oh yeah, that's fun. That's some good stuff. Does the job. Good, really pressing the knife edge of the foot into the mat. Shouldn't be able to even swipe a credit card between the foot and the mat. Good. Feel very consistently strong in your warrior 1. Hold for 2 more breaths here, really feeling, being in the pose. Not just posing, but being in it like a verb. Now you're gonna look up, you're gonna link that right thumb again, but you're gonna turn your torso to the side and then pull them apart with energy to warrior 2. Yes. Reverse your warrior. Try to pop that right heel up. Good, so you're stretching the knee forward, you're stretching the arch of that foot, the heel is lifting. Good, now a little option on this variation. We're gonna go to half moon. If you wanna try to stay on the ball of the foot just for the transition, you can, and then you go to half moon and then you can lower that foot right away. Good, this is awesome. Yeah, so the toes are rotated pointing to that wall To your left, exactly. Now, you're gonna get lighter with the right hand. Bring your right hand to your heart center. You could do it. Excellent. Now, listen before you do this. You're gonna end up in Skandasana on the left leg, but your arms are gonna stay in this position. So you just have to time when the left leg lands. 5, 4, 3, foot gets heavy. 2, Skandasana on the left leg. Keep the hands as they are. Yeah, good job. It's like the legs become shock absorbers, you know, like you're in a birthday party and they'll bounce around. From here, take 2 more breaths, feeling the Skandasana. Keeping the energy going the way it's going, this hand's gonna keep reaching. Drop your right hand to the inside of the left foot, and then this arm's gonna circle around. Go ahead, put that hand down, like almost like an easy twist, the right hand down. And then it's almost like gonna reach to the back there and drop your hips, go to the knife edge of both feet. Oh yeah, you're gonna feel that in the IT band. So the hips can drop a little bit, but they don't hit the mats. They drop down to get the maximum stretch in that hip. And now bring that hand down. Last pose on this side, standing splits. Good, good, good. Lifting that leg high. Some of you, you know, since you're home and you got all those blankets and pillows around, if you want to kick up to a handstand, go ahead. But the pose is standing splits. Hold for 5, 4, 3. Oh yeah, feeling it. 2, 1, forward, fold. Halfway lift and go through your flow. Seemed like it took a long time for that first round, right? Left leg to the sky. Hold here. It is kind of an advanced class, guys. That's what you tuned in for. Barre Yoga Jam. You're probably jamming to some tunes there. Okay, shift forward. Keep that left toe flexed. Tap the mat forward, and then shift. Pull your butt way back as you bend the right knee and tap way back. Keep the core engaged so your legs aren't aching through this. Good. Keep going. Keep going. This first round is getting the muscle memory, getting the transition of where you're going, what you're doing. Good. After this one, we're going to do 3 more. Here we go. Ready? Tap the toes forward. Push them back. Tap back. That's 1. Shift forward. Tap. Push back. Tap. Third one. Tap forward. Tap back. Place that foot forward. Warrior 1. Good stuff. Good stuff. Reaching and sinking. Remember, actually, when we try to be something we're not, we're called posers. And in yoga, even though we do poses, we don't want to be called posers. We want to be our authentic stuff. Some of the coolest things about you are these unique things that you obsess about that you think aren't cool, but they actually are. Look up, link your left thumb, turn your torso, and then pull it apart, land in a warrior 2. Exactly. Good, lots of energy in the extremities here. 1 more breath. Warrior 2, I always feel warrior 2 should be slightly lower than 1. Reverse the warrior, maybe pop that left heel. Yes. And get ready for this transition. Maybe you pole vault over that toe and then lower it when you get there, or just come to your half moon. That's where we're gonna meet. That side body is open, open, open. Now you're gonna get light on your left fingertips and bring your left hand to your heart. It's kind of a cool variation of half moon. I've heard it called poet's pose and some different things. So you could call it that if you want. 5, you're gonna end up in Skandasana. You're gonna keep your hands as they are. 4, 3, foot gets heavy. 2, 1, soft landing to Skandasana. Funny name for a side lunge. Some of you are sitting all the way on your heel. I like the way Alex is demonstrating it. When you keep that right angle in that leg, to me that maximizes the muscles on the right leg. Okay, keep the right arm reaching. Your left hand's gonna come down almost like you passed through an easy twist. Then you circle that right arm behind you, roll into the knife edge of both feet, so you get a little hip opener with the right hip, and then a nice IT band stretch with the left leg. Oh yeah. Now, circle that arm back around, standing split, last pose on this side, and then finally we're gonna pick up the pace. Good, lift that leg to the sky, hold for 5, 4, come on, lift it higher, 3, 2, 1, forward, bend, halfway lift, chaturanga. Man, yeah, quite the flow today. This is what you tuned in for. This is what you wanted, everyone, so let's commit. Here we go. Let's put it into motion. Jump forward, chair pose, nice and low. Bend the elbows, put the hands on the back of your heart flat, and now look up. So you dip your head into your hands, that really intensifies it, and use your core, release that reach up, forward, fold. Halfway lift, step or jump back. Go through your flow, right leg to the sky. Shift forward, just doing 3 rounds. So tap the toe forward and tap it way back. Good, like you're on like one of those gliding machines. Tap forward, tap back, tap forward, tap back, step forward. It's just way cheaper than one of those Pilates machines, you know what I'm saying? And link the thumbs, pull it apart. And to warrior 2, reverse your warrior, maybe pop that heel, take off half moon. Good, once you feel the joints are stacked, bring your right hand to your heart, and then transition to Skandasana on the left leg. Keep the hands as they are. Good, drop the right hand to the mat, pass through an easy twist, reach the left arm behind you, rolling to the knife edge of both feet so you get the hip opener and the stretch in the outside of the leg. Bring the hand down, standing splits. Not staying as long, so lift the leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, forward fold. Halfway lift and vinyasa. Here we are, left side. Kick the leg high, shift forward, tap forward, shift back, tap back. Do it again. Forward and back. 3rd time, tap and tap. Lightly place the foot, come up. Warrior 1, link the left thumb, turn the torso, pull it apart. Warrior 2. Reverse, really stretching the arch of that foot. That's really good. And take off half moon. Left hand to your heart center. Smooth transition to Skandasana. You got it. And now drop the left hand down, pass through the easy twist, reach the right arm behind you, stretching the hip, and standing splits. So plant the hand, the leg goes high. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, forward fold. Halfway lift, jump back. All right. Yep, that sweat you're feeling, that's a good thing. Jump forward, chair pose. Good, drop the hands to behind your heart. Look up, kind of arch the back, and then use the core to re-engage, reach the arms up, forward bend. Halfway lift, go through a flow. Let's go, right leg high. Shift forward, tap, and back, tap. Again, forward, tap, back, tap. 3rd time, forward, tap, back, tap. Place the foot up, and thumbs link, pull it apart. 2, reverse with the heel, and half moon. Right hand to your heart. And land in a Skandasana. Good, right hand down, left arm to the sky. Reach to the room behind you. Standing splits, so the right leg's going to the sky. Good, hands are balancing you out. Some of you are testing your balance, that's all good. Forward fold. Halfway lift and flow. We're working, everyone. Left leg to the sky. And shift forward, tap. Shift back, tap like you're gliding. Forward, tap, back, tap, forward, tap, back, tap, step forward. Come up. Link the thumbs, pull them apart, warrior 2. Reverse. And take off. Good, left hand to your heart. Soft landing on the right leg, arms try to stay where they are. Skandasana, drop the left hand, right arm circles around, reaches behind you, knife edge of the feet. And then plant the hand, standing splits. The leg goes high. Oh yeah. One more little lift, forward fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Probably wondering how many times we have to do this, I know. Well, at least one more, jump forward. That's a clue. Chair pose. We're moving faster, everyone. Don't worry. Just remain in motion. You're getting closer with every breath. Good. And reach the arms back up, forward fold. Halfway lift and vinyasa. Try to match the breath. Right leg goes high, shift forward, tap the toes. 1, and back. 2, 3, place it forward, warrior 1 like a boss. Link the thumbs with traction, pull it open. Reverse pop that heel. Half moon. Right hand to your heart. And land in on the left leg, Skandasana. Drop the right hand down, left arm circles behind you. You're getting kind of more, the hips are more and more open each time, standing splits. And forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Your battle cry. Left leg to the sky. Bring it forward, shift, tap, and back, tap. Shift forward, tap, back, tap. Third time, tap. Make sure the core is feeling that. Step it forward, come up. Link the thumbs, open up, warrior 2. Reverse. Half moon. And left hand to your heart. Landing in a Skandasana on the right leg. Circling around, knife edge of the feet. Bring that right arm back forward, standing splits. Oh yes, body's kind of like, all right, we're in the groove now. Forward fold. Halfway lift and flow. Last round, everyone, let's do it. Jump forward, chair pose, palms to the back of your heart. Look up, arch the back as much as you can, and then contract, reach the arms up, forward fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Push the right leg to the sky. Shift forward, glide the hips forward, and then they pull way back and glide back. There's 3 of those, 2. And like you're on like a glider or wheels or something. Step forward, warrior 1. Pull it open, warrior 2. Reverse, half moon. Nice. Standing splits. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Skandasana. Trying to hurry up for you guys. I can see you're getting a little antsy at home. Taking that water break before I cued it. Now standing splits. And forward fold, half lift vinyasa. We got our last leg on the last round. That should motivate you. Left leg to the sky. And shift it forward. Tap, glide it back. Tap, shift forward. Tap, glide back. Tap one more. Tap, tap. Here we go. Come up. And pull it open. Warrior 2, reverse warrior. Half moon. Left hand to your heart. Land on the right leg, Skandasana. Reach around with that right arm, knife edge of the feet. That kind of feels good, I think. Standing splits. Last thing here, everyone. You did good. We're going to get a nice little break after this. And forward fold. Half lift, chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Child's pose, for goodness sakes. Have a drink of that. It's not good to really drink coffee while you're doing yoga. I know it's morning for some of you, but water would be better. Water with a little lemon, maybe. Enjoy this little break. That was good. That was some good power yoga. You know, there's an old-timey saying about comparing and competing with people. It's called keeping up with the Joneses. And think about that. If we're all just trying to keep up with each other, it's you lose your identity a little bit. Your true self. You get off your authentic path and onto the Joneses path. And guys, let's be honest. Why do we want to be like other people? Other people are messed up. The Joneses are messed up people. Why are we doing that? You guys are like, wait, I'm the Joneses. You know what I mean? It's proverbial. 3 more breaths. Enjoy this. Enjoy just being in your skin. Like I said, that fits you best. All right, still got some power to go. Finding your way back to downward facing dog. Right leg goes back to the sky. Peel it open. Excellent. Okay, listen carefully. Straighten the leg, bring your right knee to your right tricep. Now, kind of like we did earlier, from here you're gonna shift your hips back and tap behind you off the mat. Now bring your right knee to your left tricep. That's the tricky one where there's a twist. Press way back, tap it off the mat. Do it again to the right. Shift forward, tap way back off the mat. To the left tricep, shift back, tap one more round. Right knee, right tricep, tap, right knee, left tricep, tap back, and then shift forward. Kick that leg back to the sky, peel it open again. Whew. You thought you were done with that, but it only got harder. Okay, straighten the leg, right knee, right tricep. You could hold core plank or you could take running man. I'm cool with either one. Alex is going for the running man, yes, because she's awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick it high, flip your dog all the way over. Speaking of your dog, you probably should have put it in the other room. It's trying to do yoga with you and it's just a distraction. Though it did teach us down dog and upward dog. Does it pretty well, actually. It invented it. Flip back over, leg to the sky, step it forward, crescent lunge. Get your bearings here, try not to fidget too much. Hands to heart center, lengthen, twist to the right. Take a few breaths here, and then you're going to take it a little bit deeper. Sometimes just by pressing the fist to the top hand and to the bottom hand, or opening your wings. Some of you are going to show off for the spectators at home, do side scissors, whatever those versions you want to do, I'm cool with. 2 more breaths. Keep the breath deep here, don't let it go short and shallow. And next pose is a warrior 2. Drop your hands to your low back, open your heart, humble forward. Rinsing the shoulders, this is awesome. Yes, you'll feel that this pose dynamic because you're feeling it more in one spot. Feel it in the shoulders, you feel it in the right, underneath the right quadricep, the right hamstrings. Good, arch it back up, release back to warrior 2 for a moment, inside side angle. Same thing, remember, we're celebrating your uniqueness today. We want you to be you. So you could take this where you want to go. I'm going to cue to half bind to full bind, and then from there, if you want to take bound side angle, bird of paradise, bound half moon, you could do any of those variations, whatever you have in your armamentarium. Good, one more deep breath. Coming back to your inside side angle, float the top hand down. Here we go, side plank. You could be as unique as you want. You could lift the top leg, you could grab a toe, you could come to tree, you could just hold that. And we're here for 5, 4, 3. Push down into that left arm, 2, 1. Go ahead and flow. Oh, we wish it wasn't a full class now, but it is. Left leg to the sky. Peel it open for a pelvic stretch. Straighten the leg out. Bring the left knee to the left tricep. Now, press it back off the mat. Tap it. The right knee bends. The hips slide back. Now, bring it over to the right tricep. That's the twist. That's the tough one. Press it back. And to the left. Press back to the right. Press back last one to the left. Press back to the right. Press back, kick the leg high. Peel it back open. Pelvic stretch. Oh, some tough core work going on throughout the class today. All right, straighten out left knee, left tricep, core plank, running man. You guys know what to do. Push the foot away. 5, 4, yeah, good. 3, 2, 1, flip your dog. Excellent. Yes, some of you going all the way to full wheel. So cool. I love that this is a reverse camera and I can see into your homes. It's so cool. All right, flip over. That sounded weird, but it's not. All right, step forward, crescent lunge. That's how I knew you were drinking coffee. Hands to heart center and twist to the left. Good. Now again, you're going to intensify. Maybe you make a fist with the top hand. Maybe you open the wings. Whatever variation you probably did on the other side, it's good to balance the practice out unless you're dealing with an injury. That's what I normally do. Next exhale, warrior two. You got it. Try not to rest in warrior two. It's still a very active pose, very powerful pose. Drop your hands to your low back. Look up, humble, forward, all the way down. Good. Rinsing the shoulders, crown of the head getting closer to the mat. It's all working. So it's cool. We don't worry about what the pose looks like. We worry about the integrity behind that pose. Just like a person. It doesn't matter what we look like. It's the integrity of the person that makes them attractive. Come back up. Release that inside side angle. And top hand back pocket. Half bind, full bind. And again, from there, whatever bind you do, you could do bound half moon, you could do bound side angle, bird of paradise. I'm going to give you just about 3 breaths to do that. Good. If you're up, slowly come down, meeting back at your inside side angle. Look up at the top hand, float it down to the mat, side plank, your version. You do you, be unique, not comparing or competing. It's frugal of you guys to get together to do this class online. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and flow. Yes. Down dog, child's pose. Take a moment. Good stuff happening. Hopefully it's not just a workout, as Mayor would say. Hopefully it's a work in. One thing that you probably know I don't have much of an affinity for is social media. And the reason being is 99.99% of that, you end up comparing and competing with people and judging your life based on images of someone else's life or posts. And I really feel that's going to lead you down the path of jealousy. Comparing and competing, again, it always ego-based, and it'll lead you to jealousy, greed, things we just would rather not go down that. When you are secure and you're not looking over your shoulder, you can move forward. You're a trailblazer, so to speak, and your unique talents and everything that makes you so cool. And like I said, some of the things you obsess about are very prepossessing about you. So I would just rock that. All right, I will stop blabbling because that was just to give you a longer break, but now it's time to go back to our practice. Okay, we're gonna move into an inversion series, so we're gonna go to dolphin pose. If you're practicing something fancy at home, you can, but I'm gonna have Alex demonstrate the dolphin series that we're doing here. So, down dog on the forearms, on the elbows, which is dolphin. Walk the toes forward a bit. You'll feel how that stacks the hips over the shoulders more. It's pretty intense on the back and shoulders, so that's the area that you're gonna feel it most. Stay here for a few breaths first, and then we're gonna lift the right leg to the sky. Yay. Tough to do. I know your backs are feeling it. Don't worry, we'll stretch that out after we do both legs. Got about 3 breaths here, which is a long time. I know. On the next exhale, lower that leg, realign the dolphin, and then the left leg lifts to the sky. Three more breaths here. I wish I could help you guys more, but I can't. I'm just going to motivate you, say that you are doing a great job, especially those of you that are still in dolphin with the leg lifted. Some of you came out a little bit early, just saying. Okay, lower that down and come to your hands. Take a vinyasa and then drop your knees. We're going to stretch that out with a thread the needle pose. So you'll come to kind of all fours. The right arm goes to the sky. Thread it underneath, and that'll help things out here. Oh yeah. Just enjoy that. See this little therapeutic pose here in the middle of all that power stuff you were doing? Good, reach the right arm back up to the sky, just to open it up, and then set it down. Now the left arm goes high, and thread it under. Rinse that shoulder, left cheek comes to the mat. It's kind of a cool stretch. Most people are a fan of this one. Couple breaths, enjoy. Reach that arm back up to the sky, set it down. One more vinyasa, so take it from high plank to low plank, up dog to downward dog. And we're gonna take the right leg to the sky, stepping forward to warrior two, setting up for triangle. So start with warrior two. Now we slowly straighten the right leg. We're gonna anchor those hips back and then tip your body forward, reaching forward, tipping over. The goal is to have the right side body over top of that right thigh. So it's almost like we have to push the hips forward a little bit to get that feeling. Make sure the quadriceps are staying engaged. So I think of pulling the muscle up off the kneecaps where the legs are really straight and pressing the back of the knee towards the back of the room. Good, float that hand down. Square your hips a bit. We're gonna move into pyramid pose. So yeah, just like she did there, hop the left foot forward, halfway lift here, and fold into that leg. Hips are as square as possible here. Pretty intense hamstring stretch. Don't think knee to nose, think almost nose to toes, so that your heart keeps gliding down. You'll feel that intensified. I feel plenty of a stretch just like that, but some of you are so flexible in the hamstrings, you'll have to flex to that right heel. Again, just options. 2 more breaths here. Breathe where you feel it. So think of behind those legs as you breathe. Imprint the foot, bend the knee, cartwheel around to the other side. Take a vinyasa. And now left leg will lift to the sky. And place it forward, come to a warrior two. Slowly straighten the leg, anchor the hips, and then reach, tip over, Trikonasana. Oh, it's kind of a good feeling. It's like getting pulled apart at the seams. Same thing, I used to kind of find this pose like a resting pose because my legs were relaxed. And then a teacher got on me about really keeping the quadriceps engaged, and that helped me ground this grounding series pose, if that makes sense. And now I understand it better, so I try to cue you that way. 2 more breaths, really reaching up, feeling the alignment of the shoulders. Okay, float the hand down, hop that right foot forward and rightward slightly, squaring the hips. If you want to do a halfway lift to prep, you can, and then fold into that. Good. Awesome job. Again, think of gliding the heart center forward. And rebend that leg, cartwheel the hands to the front of your mat. Take a vinyasa. Okay, we're gonna move to a little bit of abdominal work. Now I know we've been doing abdominals the whole class in a way with all the toe tapping and the twisting and stuff. So let's drop our knees to the mat, cross at the ankles. We're gonna end up in a boat pose. Boat pose. Now, if you keep the legs straight, that's gonna be more intense, but if you need to bend them, you can. The arms, I don't care if it's palms up, down, or thumbs up, thumbs down, but just how they're parallel with the mat. So you can see her arm is parallel with the mat, that's what we want. Hold here. Once in a while, your neck muscles are gonna take over, so bobblehead your head if you need to. Good, now lower it down, low boat, it's called canoe. Good, think of hollowing your back, so it's like you're pulling your low back into the mat. Very good. Oh, she's making it look easy, it's not. Now, like there's a string on your sternum, pull straight back up, high boat. Good. Now, even though her knees are bent, she's not clasping onto her legs with her hands. So that's the modified version, but it's not an option to grab your legs. Low boat, it's called canoe. Oh yeah. Hold it, pull in. You could do this. If the hip flexors are taking over too much, just pull your low back into the mat a little bit more. And come back high boat. This is the third and final round, but we add a little thing. You got it. There'll be one. I say third and final. There's one more thing after this low boat. Here we go. Low boat. Low boat. I know. All right. Come back up. High boat. And when we're here, we're going to row the boat from side to side. So dig in. Don't give me those little splashy things with the paddle like you're splashing the boat next to you in the yakagami. Get in there and dig. Dig for 10. I know. 9. Numbers getting smaller. 8. You got this. 7. You'll thank me sometime. 6. 5. Last 4. Let's all do it together. 3. 2. 1. Relax like the letter X. Just splat. Oh, yes. Good job. That was some stuff. That was some work. All right, to stretch that out, we're going to roll over on our bellies and take Sphinx pose. And we might work our way into seal here as well. So the feet will go kind of to the corners of the mat. Bring your forearms to the mat and come up. Make sure the shoulders are sinking down here so the back of the neck is still tall. Exactly. And you'll feel a nice stretch through the abdominal muscles and a little bit of a back bending pose as well. These are more yin postures. We're not going to hold them for a tremendous amount of time, but we're going to hold them long enough to get some of the benefits of it. Excellent. Take your hands to the corners of the mat, almost like where the points of your mats are on the corners now. Press in. That's called seal pose. And oh yeah, that really intensifies it. Hips are still kind of heavy, pressing on the mat. Shoulder blades are down. Just feel this out for a few breaths. Two more. And slowly come down. Roll back over onto your backs. Hug your knees in. Make 4 circles one way and then the other. The other thing besides social media that's not the best thing for trying to stay away from comparing and competing, it's beauty magazines. And I know they're like candy to you. You just buy them every time you're at the airport and you read them. But I'm going to share a secret with you. Beauty magazines will only make you feel ugly. So don't read them. Okay, we're going to set up for our hip openers. Go ahead and rock up, Alex, and turn to face the camera. We're going to do cow face pose. So we're going to stack the right knee over top of the left, kind of like you're in a seated pose. And ideally, this is great. So the knee is literally, they're in a vertical line. Now, depending on how tight your hips are, the knee might be high, and that's okay. Heels are just kind of close to the side bodies. And now, since the right knee is on top, let's lift our left arm up, right hand behind your back. Try to find that bind. You can use a strap or your t-shirt or your ponytail or whatever. And then sit tall, and when you're ready, fold over that leg. Yeah, tough pose. Tough pose. You feel it in the right shoulder. Definitely feel it in the hips. Just breathe. Just surrender to the pose. Again, the good news is the more unique, the better. There's a little bit of kind of a, I don't know what to call it, I guess a movement for worried about people that feel different. And to me, I want us to feel different. I want all of us to feel very, very different. And the more different you are, in good news, I probably gonna like you more. So be your different self, but just rock that. Do that in an authentic way that resonates with you. And when it resonates with you, it resonates with others. Trust me. 3 more breaths, I know. If you feel the body tighten up in this cow face pose, just answer that with breath and just, it's like a softening. You kind of mollify. Last breath, enjoy. All right, come up, leave the legs where they are for a second. Let's release the arms, stretch that shoulder out. So bring the right arm across. Try to keep your tricep engaged here. Good, and then bring that hand behind your head to here. Good, release that. And now go ahead and bring the soles of the feet to the mat and windshield wiper those legs before we do the other side. All right, left leg on top. Heels are close to the sides of your legs. And since the left leg's on top, we're gonna reach the right arm up, left arm behind the back. And don't be shocked if you can bind on one side, not the other. Good, lift up first, like a little halfway lift, and then surrender over that leg. Yes, good, good, good. Kind of one of those poses that hurt so good. Most of the tough stuff is behind us, everybody. We're getting, again, it's kind of like some yin stuff before we get to our final few series here. 3 more deep breaths. The last one, make it count. And then slowly come up, release the arms. Oh yeah, it's like the arm is like hurt. Bring it across. And we're gonna stretch that shoulder. Try to keep the triceps somewhat engaged here. And then bring that arm behind your head. Yeah. Good, release that. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Windshield wiper your legs. You got it. Okay, now a pose that I want us to be very careful doing. We are gonna do shoulder stand today. Just be careful. Ladies, if you have, I don't know if you need to take the bun out of your hair, I don't know what you need to do, but you want your head on the mat. And what you're gonna do is, let's come to waterfall first. So the feet are flexed, going straight up to the sky. All right, now you can use your hands to support. What's gonna happen is you're gonna kind of lift the hips, try to get up to your shoulders. You can use your hands to support. And what we wanna do is stack. So we wanna have the feet on top, the ankles on top of the knees, knees on top of the hips, hips on top of the shoulders. It's hard to not let the back of the neck take over. Don't be turning, if you guys are like turning to face the screen, don't do that, okay? So make sure your eyes are closed, your neck should be, it's compressed at the throat chakra, but you're looking up towards your toes or eyes are closed. Now from here, you could go a little deeper. It's a pose called halasana, which is plow pose. And supposedly this is really good for your spine. It's kind of stretches the spine, it lengthens the spine, even though it's like curving the other way, but it lengthens the spine quite a bit. Just a few breaths, go easy. If you want to take it to deaf man's pose, you could do so. Then you're slowly, when you come out of this, try to keep your head on the mat as you roll down one vertebrae at a time. Good, and now you could have that kind of tall feeling even though you're lying down. Moving into supine twist. Keep the left knee held in, extend the right. And now let the left knee go over to the right side. Left arm goes out, look over the left side. So you're getting a nice twist here. It's kind of like you're trying to keep your left shoulder down as the left knee almost goes towards the mat on the other side. Sometimes you'll feel a release in the low back. Don't force your back to crack, but if it does, that's okay. Three more breaths. Enjoy this. This is the therapeutic part. This is the part where it's kind of like, I don't want to say it, calm. It's a calming sensation, and it allows you to really be authentic, really be you. You kind of surrender at this point to your authentic self, or closer to it, I should say. Hug the knees back in. And let's try the other side. So extend the left leg with energy, keeping the right knee held in. Now let the right knee fall over to the left. Right arm goes out, drishti goes over towards that side. And again, it's kind of a nice little twist here. This is actually, I like to do this stretch sometimes even before I get out of bed. You know, again, not forcing to crack my back, but just waking it up. 3 more breaths. Since you're more relaxed, we'll get a little Deepak Chopra on you. Anytime we do competition and comparison with other people, that is more identity based. And the true path to power is definitely more spiritually based. So that was a little Deepak Chopra, but you'll work that riddle out. Good. Hug the knees in if you haven't already. 4 circles one way, then the other. We are going to rock up to a seat. We got time to do a little bit of our forward release series, our forward bending series, which is a nice release. So we're going to take Paschimottanasana before we head into our final relaxation. So come on up to a seat, sit tall, kind of find your sits bone. So however you need to do that, I almost feel like I'm doing a halfway lift seated. And then flex the feet so much that it almost like the heels want to come up. And then reach your arms overhead and fold. Good. Don't worry, sometimes you'll think, oh my God, my hamstrings are still tight. No, no, no. Just fold forward, just release into the pose. Slowly come up. Let's take the right knee with you. So the right knee is going to point to the sky. Let that knee just fall out to the side. Okay, as long as there's no pressure on that knee, let it be heavy. If it is, you can adjust where that foot is. So instead of having the foot so high up, you can move it down if you need to. Otherwise, sit tall. The left toes are still flexed, and then you fold over that left leg. We're so close, everyone. Three breaths here. Aren't you glad all that power stuff is behind you? And like I said, this hour might pay forward more than any other hour of this day. Especially if you stop competing and comparing with people so much when you're so darn dynamic the way you are. Slowly come up. Extend that right leg out, drum out the knees a little bit, and let's do the other leg. Let it fall open and sit tall and fold over. Good. Left knee is heavy, as long as there's no pain. You'll know the difference. Let's do 2 more breaths. Slowly come up, extend that leg back out, drum out the knees. Reach forward, grab your toes. One happy baby for the road. One happy baby for the road. You did it. Way to make it to the end of class. Try not to get up and run and go do your errands right now. I know you got a busy day, but stay with us for Savasana. This is where I really want some of that work in to become part of your true yoga when you get off of the mat. So you don't go leave this and go right online and start comparing yourself to people. Set up for Savasana the way you know how, everybody. If you need any other pose beforehand, go ahead. I think we hit just about everything. Try to tuck the shoulders a little bit so your heart's wide open. The big muscles are going to naturally relax, where you might have to focus a little bit on the jawline or the tongue or the between the eyes, the brow. Try to soften all those little muscles that we use to communicate through body language. Just be. Breath becomes shallow now. Again, try not to get caught up in any external distractions. People are starting to wake up, different things are going on, but try to stay calm and just be. Don't let any racing thoughts come into your mind. Let them pass like a cloud in the sky. I'm going to give you some time in Savasana. Enjoy. Surrender. Slowly invite the breath back into your body. And if you were able to surrender the way I wanted you to and able to listen to some of the words of our light beaming today in today's class, you feel it now. You feel perfectly imperfect. That's a book by Barre-Baptiste, actually. The perfectly imperfect. So kind of embrace this uniqueness that you have. And you'll only find this when you're not competing, when you're not comparing yourself to others. Find gentle movement in your fingers and your toes. Bring yourself back to life. Let's mindfully bring the soles of the feet to the mat one at a time. Stretch your right arm overhead. Roll onto the right side body. Let gratitude enter your mind and body, realizing all these things that sometimes we get worried about, a little imperfection here or there, are actually the things that make us unique and cool. And use the strength of your left arm, right shoulder. Press yourselves up to an easy seat. Alex, I'm going to join you down here. Just a few cleansing breaths, a little self-reflection here. Sit nice and tall. Hands can be wherever you want. Sometimes Anjali Mudra, I like that because everything kind of seals together at the end. Or palms up, or just relaxed on your lap. Slowly blink your eyes open. On behalf of Studio Oxygen, Alex and myself, we want to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for this yoga practice today. And we hope that it pays forward and you have a great day. Namaste.